Greetings, one and all, 'tis I, Demonic Grimps, and Merry Christmas. We're going to finish up our holiday reviews by picking up where we left off with Chocolate Lover, by taking a look at the second chapter. Enjoy. Our chapter begins with Keiki asking Rion if she could lower her voice because as school officials find out he works at a radio station, he could get suspended. Then why do you work there, genius? Can't afford rent? You're the breadwinner of your family, of you, 2 parents, and 2 siblings? And you don't want anyone to find out? Why? He only calls him a chicken before mentioning that she works at the same radio station, which then prompts Keiki to tell her not to set up any more couples at the same school. Okay, I gotta ask. Outside of being her senpai, what makes him think he has the authority to give her that kind of command, for lack of a better term? Keiki then proceeds to berate DJ Coco by calling him an egotist giving out fake love advice to a young girl, which causes a distraught Rion to run off in tears. Well done, jerk. So after a brief mention of a girl named Kaori who received a love letter, Rion expressing her romantic interest in getting a golden bell for Christmas, Mahiro brings up how she was on her way to the radio station before she mentions how she doesn't want a bell from just any guy unless it's Coco, which leads Mahiro to question the sincerity of DJ Coco's advice. Oh, I like where this is going. Rion mentions how the bringing up of DJ Coco reminds her of how she got in a fight with a boy named Keiki Ohara, who's apparently a club leader. You mean the guy you got in a fight with earlier? So after Rion gets home from school, she begins to ponder what Coco's face looks like since she's never really gotten to meet the guy before. It's not like you can just walk into the radio station you work at, ask to see him, and then see his face and shock and awe find out it's Cake. Yeah, I'm calling him Cake. Even questions if she should write another letter to him, which is weird because she apparently sent him a request for a sad love song. I guess she's having a blue Christmas. Wait, that was the first postcard she sent? So Rihanna's pretty pleased with her accomplishment before Cake decides to yank her red bows again. Apparently because he likes doing it. Don't know why. She takes note of how cheerful she is before she mentions the postcard she sent to Coco, which he congratulates her for. But here's where the pebble drops. Cake then asks if it's really such a big deal that Coco read the postcard before Rion says yes and begins to explain why, before she cuts herself off worried that she might get carried away. Which leads us to, on their way home, Mikiko tells Rion that she has a crush on Ohara Keiki, which then segues into him mentioning how he hates the month of December because of how everything is a blur to him and blends in one color. Enough with your moping about how you hate Christmas, you Grinch. We get it. Your heart's 2 sizes too small. We get it. And apparently the love of a girl is what'll make it grow 3 sizes. Has Takeuchi seen the Grinch? Oh, and apparently Rion is with him as he says this, as she expresses that December is a lonely month for a single guy like him, right? I'll drink to that. That's some good H2O. So after he assumes that they're in the same boat, she expresses optimism that she's one day gonna get a bell from a nice guy. Calling it now, that nice guy is gonna be Cake. So he questions her optimism, which causes her to assume that he read the postcard at the studio. So Rion basically expresses how he's supposedly kind and caring, unlike Cake, who's pretty much a jerk, before he pretty much reads her the riot act and stating how his face hasn't been shown to pretty much give girls a fantasy of what he looks like. They can have this ideal sort of perception of who he is as a person. So he's a character at a radio drama, then. That's the only way I see it, or the only way I can think of seeing it. Also, dick move, man. You're gonna see why in a minute. And so chapter 2 ends with Rion distraught for the second time, running away in tears with this realization hovering over her head. Probably too much for her to bear. See what I mean? Kiki's a jerk. Also, if you don't mind me expressing, I'm really beginning to enjoy this story, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you are too. Also, I'm kinda getting some You Got Mail vibes. Why? Well, if you remember, You Got Mail was apparently revolved around two individuals who openly hated each other, but were unaware that they were secretly communicating with each other online through an AOL email. If you don't know what that is, congratulations. You're young. But regardless, this brings an end to our series of holiday reviews. Wish I had done more. But again, I leave you with a Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoy it. Till then, everyone.